Hey, witchy friends, Amanda here from Newfoundland Witch Company, and I'm joined tonight with Miss Avery Tremblett, our witchy earthy friend. We're popping on the YouTube channel to switch it up tonight and talk about spirit animals and your animal guides. Hey, Avery.
Hi, thank you so much for the warm welcome, Amanda. I'm so excited to get started on today's topic because I am so passionate, just as I know that you are too. And as usual, I feel so welcome here when I get the chance to co-create in your space. So thank you for bringing me on today's YouTube
Oh,
episode.
you're welcome. And we're so grateful to have you. And I can already feel the energy going here now. So let's just dive right into it.
Yes. To start, what is a spirit animal? An animal spirit is an animal that is sent to us by Creator. Creator sends each and every one of us an animal that is meant for us and chooses us. This can create a bond that allows our spirit animal to tell us messages and even heal us. This can appear in the form of wisdom, guidance, or even protection. And yes, you can have more than one. I truly believe that the energy of spirit animals is always all around us. Their messages guide us as we navigate in the world. In fact, different spirit animals come into our lives at various stages and phases of our lives. And they're meant to offer us divine messages to help guide us along our path, which makes total sense.
Mm-hmm.
I was once obsessed with chickadees. At one other point, I was obsessed with llamas. And then today you'll see the ones that I'm obsessed with now. And it really depends on what message that they have for you, depending on like where you're at in your journey, really.
Yeah, it's true. And it's good to know too, like we're talking about spirit animals, but it's good to know like the difference between your power animals, like your totem animals, and your spirit animals. So like it kind of is the same, but your power animals, they say, are the animals that like when you were born, like when, and I guess this is similar as what you're saying here, but like you're given these 7 animals when you were born and they're with you regardless. Like at some point they're going to pop in. But you have spirit animals like an animal that might just show up for a day or two and they're gone. Like they come when you need them. But your power animals are your animals that they're your power animals, are part of your totem. And if you're feeling stressed, like you call upon a certain animal and you call upon their power for you. So I believe like in the power of animal, and I feel super connected to animals. And I have chosen for myself crows and cats. So like they're the 2 animals that I definitely chose for myself, and I'm sure the universe would have chosen them anyway. But we have, so what we do, we have 7 animals and they're our power animals, and then we have 2 that we choose for ourselves. We have our left side and our right side. So the universe chooses 7. We have no choice. Like when we're born, as soon as we pop out, we have these 7 animals designated to us, and they're going to come when we need them. And then we have 2 more that we choose for ourselves. But then spirit animals could be what? Like Avery, like spirit animal, do you think a llama was your spirit animal or your power animal?
I definitely think that the llama was my power animal.
Okay. Okay,
And I
cool.
would definitely say like maybe a goat. Oh no,
Okay.
goat is another power animal. Um,
Yeah.
I'd say for me, maybe like a bat would be a spirit animal. That would I
Okay.
relate to very well. Yeah.
Okay. And like when you think back in like over your life so far, can you think of animals that kind of just popped up and were gone again? Like that, like me today, like I seen the owl. Like I think the owl for me is probably a spirit animal, not a power animal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Mm.
definitely agree. I think like I said, the chickadee was like probably a
Yeah.
spirit animal for me, where the chickadee appears when I need a little bit of contentment in my life, or
Mm.
I'm lacking some brightness. So I definitely appreciate the chickadee.
Yeah. But yeah, that makes sense. And it's just they might just pop into your life for a little segment and then they're gone again for like 10 years. Who knows, right? Like something like that.
Yeah, totally.
All of us, it is, I mean, I know there was some like I read some stories about like just like in indigenous cultures that they had their totem animals, their power animals, but all of us, no matter what our background is, no matter what our heritage, like we all have these power spirit animals. Like everybody has that, every walk of
Yep.
life. Like that is something that we're destined to have. And if you're open to it, they help you get through your life. And it's good to know your power animals because like crow, like they represent like law and intelligence, and they represent like magic basically. So like to call upon the power of like sacred law, if you need it, it's good to call upon like you're a crow, right? So it's good to know their meanings, all that. I think it's cool.
Totally.
Yeah. So these are the ones that myself and Avery chose. We're just gonna go over a couple each. So for myself, it's the crow and the owl for today, and Avery's the goat and the duck.
Yes.
So we're gonna tell you a bit about them. Yeah.
Yeah. So alrighty. I'm gonna break the ice here.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have you mute yourself while I do this. Thank you. Alrighty. So my turn to boast about one of my favorite animals, the goat. Being Capricorn is a given. If you know me, you know that I'm a Capricorn sun. So I love the goat already because the Capricorn symbol is half goat, half fish. So already I'm obsessed with the goat. I've also loved, ever since I was young, I've loved the oval eye shape that their pupil is. It's always intrigued me. I'm obsessed. I think it's so different, like alien-esque. They're also so friendly. They have this different energy of just playfulness. And that also brings me to the next point, which is they remind me of my inner child. They remind me to have fun, to kick around and just go crazy. Also, goat horns have symbolism in many myths and folklores as an emblem of sensuality, determination, and health. A male goat represents fertility, while a female goat represents reproduction and abundance. So they have like two different kind of opposite meanings. And then the goat is also connected to Thor, the Norse god of thunder, which we know. Goats actually draw Thor's chariot into battle in like Greek mythology, which I think is really cool. I love Thor. He's personally my favorite like god, or like from the like Avengers. I think he's the coolest. Like he's like got the coolest movies in my opinion. But that's just my personal opinion. But the goat as a spirit animal makes certain that you maintain your balance in life, which is helpful. I think that's why I personally appreciate Libras so much. And the goats kind of play into that. Whether climbing a narrow mountain ledge of challenges or walking a calm wooden path, goat has sure-footed determination, which I love. And the message that the goat has for us is it's now time to separate yourself from the crowd and follow an independent direction. It's time your own path. This time your own path is the easiest and best route for you. And that's the essence of the goat spirit.
Love it. Yeah. And next up is crow. And the crow is 100% one of my power, my totem, my spirit, whatever. They're all of it for me. So I found this quote and I thought it was pretty cool. If men had wings and bore black feathers, few of them would be clever enough to be crows. And I think that's cool. And I believe that. They're super smart. They're so intelligent. Like crows they can say hi. Like if you say hi, like I have one, I'm pretty sure he said it, but I don't know. But they can say hi back. They recognize your face. Like if someone was to hurt a crow, like you're gonna get like they're gonna get you back. They're gonna try and get you back. Like I love crows. They represent teamwork, transformation, strong psychic ability, and basically a crow, like walk your walk, talk your talk. Like if you're gonna say something, do it. If you're gonna, you know what I mean, like always be of your word. They're like above the law made by man, so they represent a higher law, like sacred law that I believe in, I respect, I follow. But like crows are magic. Like whenever you see a bunch of crows around, like there's magic around. Like they're just wonderful. Like I love them. So for those of you who follow me, here's a little thing. Like I feed, there's 4 crows that I feed. Like I've been feeding them daily, sometimes twice daily, depending on how bossy they can be. And a note, like if you're gonna go feeding crows, like they can get super bossy and demanding. So just don't give in to them because they won't stop. But they are a sign of good luck. And I know like a lot of the like old wives' tales and superstitious and all that superstition, whatever, however you say that. I know a lot of the old stories, they represent them, and like in different, like say like Christian like history or whomever, they have different, meanings. And some might think it's a bad sign to see a crow. Like it could mean like bad luck. I know there's one that if it flies across in your front of your car, it means you're going to get bad news or have grief. But I don't see it that way. Like I see crows as just an all around good sign. And I wanted to read this here, something I wrote down. It's a Native American crow, meaning is different from the rest of the world. And they can be a dark omen, but they're a sign of good fortune. So, I mean, in a very, like in a lot of cultures, they're good. They are good luck. So, I mean, crows get a bad rap. I think it's the same as black cat. You know what I mean? Like black cat, black crow. But yeah, no. So they're an amazing spirit animal or power animal to call upon and to have by your side throughout your life. Like, they're my favorite.
Yeah, definitely. I've even connected personally with the crow in my life and seen people who are really connected with them, like Amanda. So it's really
Yeah.
interesting. They do really remember faces.
Oh
All
my
right,
God.
so next.
Yes. No, but don't ever like cross a crow because they will get you back.
Seriously, they will remember. They will find where you live. So next we have the duck. They're so peaceful. They love to eat and swim. They're so adorable. And I see them often on nature walks, and they walk right up to me at this point because they remember me, because I go on the trail so often. They remember me and my partner, and they come up because we feed them sometimes and they expect food now. For me, the duck always appears when I'm making heart-based decisions, like going out for a walk in nature. They remind me to take note of my surroundings and be in the present moment in the now. And that to succeed, you must keep moving forward and going with the flow. They aren't the most social animals, but they do feel best when they're with their own circle. I think that might be something that a lot of us can totally relate to. I know I sure can. If the duck speaks to you as it does to me, this message is for you today. Know that you can overcome the obstacle that you are currently facing by using your intuition, ingenuity, and emotional detachment in your decision. The duck.
Love that. I got a bit carried away with the owl stuff there. There's a lot of little notes, but anyway. So the owl, and I kind of follow suit with Avery with the quotes. I think that's cute. So observe and reflect and become a little wiser every day. So like I was saying earlier, today I go on a nature break every day. Today I went out and like same spot, but it was kind of different. And I was telling a friend, like, I didn't see one person on the trail, and that never happens. And I was on a phone with my father, and as soon as I got off, I heard like all the crows just freaking out. And I was like, okay, there's definitely either an owl, and I've never seen an owl like that before in nature, outside of a nature park, or there's a funeral. Back to the crows. They're combined. But I was walking through the trail, and the crow basically led me to an owl. And I was like, wow, like there's an owl. So I feel that the owl is a spirit animal for me. And at this point in my life is trying to tell me, even new beginnings, like it represents new beginnings, like stepping into the unknown, which is something that I am kind of tipping my toe in right now. So it makes sense. And trusting your intuition and your gut. Like if something feels a bit off, just really tune into that. And it's kind of like a warning when you see an owl as well. I'm not saying it's a bad warning. Some people again represent as like death, but to me it means rebirth, like death and rebirth of something new coming into your life. And honesty, wisdom, deception, fearlessness, intuition, the unknown, higher spirit. They're super spiritual. I mean, they're so mystical. You look at an owl and it's like they're actually known as Athena's like right hand man. So I really resonate with Athena when I think about all the goddesses, and the owl was her, I guess, one of her weapons, one of her tools that she had in her life, or that she used. And the owl would light up Athena's like blind side, so things that she couldn't see, and the owl would kind of force her to speak the whole truth. So an owl, like, don't just say half what you got on your mind, like half the shit, like speak your whole truth, because it's gonna get you to where you want to be. And this was interesting. I had there is like the hoot is like a protection, like a warning for people of possible danger, and I thought that was super interesting. And one more thing, because the owl can represent like the medicine of a witch or like a sorcerer. So I thought that was so super cool too. So I know it's definitely a spirit animal of mine. And if it's one of yours, like they're amazing creatures and you don't get to see them very often. So it's like a little miracle when you see one.
Totally.
And that's a lot of guides.
Yes. So this is a list of just some of the animals you might connect with. while we leave the screen up for a few minutes for you to think about while we have a few minutes left, we're going to share what it's been like for us to accept the animals that have chosen us into our life. Just a little quick blurb. So for me, I've always had a deep, unspoken, energetic connection with animals because growing up, I had a lot of pets. It taught me proper etiquette and how to respect animals and their space. I think that might be something that not a lot of people consider. Or do respect any animals given personal bubble because they do have them just as we do, believe it or not. I personally believe in animal rights and conservation as well as educational awareness about these topics. It's a core value in my life personally. Connecting to my animal guides and spirit guides, it means so much to me. It's an open invitation to learn wise truths about not only myself but the world around me that I have to exist in. And I'm always so thankful when I'm shown a new message. It's like, it is eye-opening, truly, like third eye-opening every time. So yeah, let us know if any of these animals here resonate with you in the comments below, because I'd love to hear if there might not be one that's on this list that you resonate with. That might be cool to learn, to be honest.
Oh yeah, definitely. And like earwig, I'm like, what?
Yeah, I learned that recently. That's one of my spirit animals at the moment because they keep appearing in my house. And something cool about earwigs is that they actually kind of show a motherly energy. So when they come from like your front door, you're not protecting your space enough. If they come from your bathroom, you need to clean your space. If they come from your bedroom, you need to clean your space, whatever. So that's something really cool that I learned recently. So, but do you want to say something quick about your connecting with your...
Yeah, no, like definitely, like, I mean, obviously we both have a strong connection, and I believe that, I mean, not that it is only about having like an indigenous part of like, you know, our roots, but we're both Métis. And I mean, she's known all her life. I've only known for the past like few years. I knew, but I didn't know like on paper, you know what I mean? But I believe that there's like, that we feel so strongly connected to animals, and nature is a big part of that, and a big part of like our witch and our fairy. So that's, I mean, that makes sense. And for me, animals have always been a big part of my life. Like I've always had a pet. I've always been more drawn to animals than people. I feel more comfortable around animals than I do people for the most part. And I actually like did my animal Reiki, so I can do like energy healing on animals as well. So I mean, but for me, that was like, I volunteered at the SPCA and stuff like that too, and that's where I got my 2 cats. I've always been a super strong cat person. I had a couple dogs in my childhood. I love cats too. I love dogs. Like I mean, they're sweeties, but like for me, there's something about a cat, and it's just it resonates with my soul. It's the witch, and like, and then the crow and the owl and all that. And for you, like, is our indigenous as well. So I think it's cool. Like to be so connected to animals is actually just, I mean, I'm grateful because it's a privilege to feel that connection with an animal and to understand an animal. Some people just walk by, like, that's just an animal. They don't have feelings. And I'm like, man, like, get with the time, like they have the same feelings as we do, a little chickadee even, or whatever, an earwig. I don't know an earwig, but like whatever it is, like they feel pain. I mean, I've seen crows like out there, just the 2 same crows coming and like cuddling by each other and bringing food to each other, and I'm like, that's companionship.
And that's beautiful when you make that connection. See, like, I want to transit because we're almost at the end here, but transiting into the next quote, when you open your connection to the universe, anything is possible. So what Amanda's trying to say here is open your eyes. You know, animals are beings too. And today in Deborah Silverman's 10-day immersion series, I got to hear Colette Baron Reed, the like person who quoted this. She's the author of the Spirit Animal Oracle deck, which I have here.
She has a ton of decks.
And I got a couple of them there. And it's a key tool that I use, and it was amazing to hear her speak today, and I thought that was so powerful. So I wanted to include her in today's little YouTube video. But we're gonna have it closed up here. You want to finish off the
so this is, bear with us because I know I'm a bit like jittery here. I'm tired too, but like I don't do a lot of this, but thank you guys for tuning in, and if you're still listening, even more thankful and grateful. if you have any questions, send us a message. We're both on, there's our Instagram handles right there, Avery's, mine, and Newfoundland Witch Company's.
Yeah, you can see
We're
the
always
link.
on there. We're, we're always messaging. We love giving information, educating. Obviously, that is a part of us, both.
Totally.
So we have a contest going on, a giveaway on Newfoundland Witch Company. Avery's a part of, I'm a part of as well. So we both have prizes in there, and there's a bunch of local businesses and vendors and artists, and it's about $500 total, and it's on until the 17th. And just stay tuned for more episodes from us both, and just to see what we get up to.
Yes, definitely. And just know that our ancestors are definitely giving us both a pat on the back for sharing this knowledge. And you're getting a pat on the back right now for plugging in and watching this. So thank you so much. Take care.